Hey everybody, welcome back to Somm Wine Club. I'm Sean, and this is Somm Wine. This is the 2020 Bruna Grimaldi Scassa Barbera d'Alba Superiore. This is part of the February 2023 Somm Wine Club box. And I haven't had a Barbera in the Wine Club boxes yet, and I was so surprised when I looked back through my notes. I have to have Barbera, even if we're doubling up on Italian wines for this month. Bruna Grimaldi is a relatively young producer in the grand scheme of things. They only started bottling under their own label in 1999, but the current head of the winery, Bruna Grimaldi, she took over from her family who had been growing grapes and selling bulk wine in the Langhe in Alba, around the town of Cuneo, for generations. And Barbera is, while not the prestige variety of the Langhe region, that honor goes to Nebbiolo for Barolo and Barbaresco, but it's still extremely important and a worthwhile wine to have on your dinner table. I love Barbera, and I especially love Barbera from Alba. There's two styles of Barbera in Piedmont. You have Barbera d'Alba and Barbera d'Asti. Barbera d'Alba tends to be a little denser, a little richer, rounder, more robust with darker color and more concentrated fruit. Asti tends to be more elegant, more floral, zesty, tangy, lean. And these are generalizations, of course. There are exceptions to every rule, but on the whole, that's kind of what you get. Being from Alba, this is that slightly darker, richer, more robust style. They've really upped the quality of their wines since they were producing grapes and selling them off and making bulk wine, and that is very much thanks to Bruna and her husband Franco Fiorino. I'm gonna say that one wrong. That's gonna be a blooper. But they are well known for their Barolos and also their Barbera. So it smells like candied blackberries. It has like this kind of wild black fruited aroma right off the nose. Lots of floral, lots of like violets and really pretty purple flowers. There's a ripeness and a sweetness to this. Piedmont has not had a lot of cool vintages in the last decade, and so the wines have correspondingly been riper and more opulent. This is clocking in at 15% alcohol, which is pushing the boundaries, I think, of where balance is found with wines of this style. But being that they have the hills and aspects and cool winds coming down from the Alps, it keeps things fresh even at high levels of ripeness. And yeah, there's no denying that this has power behind it. This is robust. And it has this characteristic peppery kind of almost tang to it, which I love about Northern Italian wines, especially Barbera. It's like kind of a mix of mushroom and fruit. And at 2020, this is still young wine. This is going to continue to evolve and continue to develop over the next 5 years. You could hang on to this. Its concentration of flavor, acidity, and intensity have more than enough to go at least 5 years in terms of aging. And I'd be curious to see how much more of that earthiness comes out over time. But yeah, button mushroom, dried leaves, forest floor, all kind of laid gently underneath this really intense bushel of black fruit and flowers. Because of the way that this presents itself with so much intensity of flavor, you can put this against some really intense flavored dishes, braises, rich meat dishes, mushrooms. Classic things of the region like truffles and rabbit and mushrooms would be awesome with this. You don't necessarily need a $60 Nebbiolo in order to play with the traditional foods of Piedmont. You can go for a delicious Barbera at a really, really great producer and use that in the same kind of way. I also really love Barbera as just a very casual, easy drinking wine. It can go with a great like steakhouse burger. You can do this as your pizza wine if you've got like a really flavorful, probably like mushroom and pancetta pizza. Or game meats like lamb or venison, which have strong flavors, and you can use this to stand up to them. When I was at Vidges, I loved using Barbera as a play off of Indian spices too, because even though it has alcohol, it doesn't have a whole lot of tannin, so it's not going to aggravate the heat or spice, but it will stand up to intense layers of flavor and spices, which you find a lot in vegetarian curries, or the goat curry especially, which had a lot of spice. I like playing with stuff like this. So much to see, so much to enjoy. Really, really delicious, and a great example of the high quality Barbera that people should be paying attention to. So, Bruna Grimaldi, thank you very much for checking this out. I'm excited to share this with everybody this month, and we will see you all next time. Cheers.